Hi, this is Trey Pastor, and welcome to my movie review of The Conjuring with minus spoilers. Now, this movie came out several weeks ago, but I remember when it came out, I was going to go see it, but I got sick that Friday and decided to go home and rest, so I didn't wind up going to the movies that weekend. But today, beginning of the Labor Day weekend, there was nothing that came out today that I really wanted to see, so I said, let me go see The Conjuring because I heard great things about it from other fellow YouTubers and reviews, and so I said, let me go see it. So I went to see it this afternoon when I got up early, and there it is. And you can see the tickets to that clearly. Yeah, there it goes, Conjuring. There it is. Yeah, I saw it today. And basically, for those who've seen the trailer and everything else, and those who haven't seen the trailer, it's basically takes place in the year 1971. Carol and Roger Perron family and his mother and father and the five daughters, they move into a dilapidated Rhode Island farmhouse, and soon strange occurrences start happening to them. The usual creaking noises and stuff. But then the young daughters start experiencing stuff. Experiencing things, strange things happening to them, and you see strange other things happen to the mother and the father, and just weird stuff. And then it sort of escalates to the point where they contact this famous team, husband and wife, Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are paranormal experts, I guess, that they go around investigating paranormal activities and stuff and finding out what the cause is and stuff. And Lorraine Warren is sort of like a psychic, as he can sense evil and stuff, and Ed is the more practical one. And this movie, let me tell you who stars in it. You have Vera Farmiga, she plays Lorraine Warren, and then you have Patrick Wilson as Ed Warren. And then as the Perrons, you have Lily Taylor as Carolyn, and then you have Ron Livingston as Roger Perron, and then you have these five young actresses playing their kids. Now let me just say, this movie had great atmosphere. This movie, it started slow, and things like I said started to escalate and stuff, and they even show you examples of the Warrens in their home life and stuff. And they have a room in their house with all these things that they from all these investigations that they have. I guess you would call it, I don't know if you call it a trophy room, but they have a room with all the possessed things and evil things that they investigated. They have it all locked up in one room. Okay, and like I said, this thing slowly in the Perron's farmhouse. They start slowly when they move in. They show you from the beginning, and things slowly start to little things at first, and then more stuff, and it starts to escalate to the point where where they're physically being harmed, and they, like in their desperation, they reach out to Lorraine and Ed, these investigators who are very sophisticated in their methods. They go in, they set up cameras and everything else, and take pictures and stuff and video and stuff. And let me say that this movie had, like I said before, a great atmosphere, and this is probably one of the best horror movies I've seen this year. I mean, this movie, like I said, it's a slow build, and then once it gets going, it's intense. And I don't want to spoil the whole reasons and stuff behind The Conjuring. Okay, but it's a hell of a story. And let me say this, like I said, this movie's, the acting in this is top notch. I love the story, and the performances by the whole cast I thought was excellent. And this movie, like I said, one of the best horror movies I've seen this year, completely. I mean, this movie had me riveted from beginning to end. Like I said, it slowly builds up, and then once it gets going, it's all the way gone. And this movie was just intense, especially during that second half of the movie. Just really, really intense, and you fear for these people. You really fear for them, and you come to care for them. The Perrons, and their five daughters, and also the Warrens and their, Lorraine and Ed, who investigates things, and then they'll also have a young daughter, and there's a little side plot with her going on, which I don't want to spoil, but it all directed beautifully by James Wan, who I think he's the director of I think The Final Destination. He also did the Insidious movies, and this movie was absolutely excellent. I would definitely highly recommend this. Now I can see why people were raving about this movie. This movie was, like I said, it's and Lily Taylor as Carla Perron. I thought she was beyond as the concerned mother, and Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, you really kind of believe that they're married because they give off that the vibe. They're really good, and like I said, the young actresses that play the daughters are just excellent too. I absolutely love this movie. I can't know what more to say without spoiling. Like I said, a great atmosphere, a great setup, and the execution to me was beyond perfect to me, and just it's one of my best movies of the year to me. Even and it's a horror movie, but it's even as a regular movie, I think it's just one of the best movies I've seen this year. So I would definitely, like I said, for those who haven't seen it yet, while it's still out, go see it. Okay, this movie is beyond excellent. Okay, and if you want to be generally good horror movie, a good with good suspense, a good tension, and good acting, and love the execution of it. The direction was perfect, and this was a really, really intense movie. And like I said, this movie is actually going to stay with me for a few days. This movie was excellent, and I definitely highly recommend it. Now, out of 10, I'm going to give this movie. I'm going to give it a. I'm going to say 8 out of 10, but no, I'm going to give it a 9 out of. I was going to give it an 8 out of 10. Definitely recommend it. I mean, some things you've seen before, but like I said, the execution of the movie was great. I was thinking about giving it a 9 out of 10, or should I give it an 8 out of 10? It's not perfect. Nothing is ever perfect, so okay. No, I'll stick with it. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Like I said, one of the best horror movies I've seen this year, period. And I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Just really, really intense. And you feel the tension and everything else, and you care about the people in it. Okay, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I was going to give it a 9, but no. No. Should I give it a 9 out of 10? I'm debating it right now. Because it was really the best horror movie I've seen this year. So... I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Okay, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. That's my final grade. Okay, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Just really, really good. Definitely go see The Conjuring if you haven't seen it yet. Go see it before it goes out of the theaters. It's just intense and totally worth seeing. Okay, let me know for those who've seen it or those who want to go see it. Let me know what you think of my review. Feel free to leave comments down below. This is Trey Passer saying so long and take care.